Domati, homeworld, Zen, is a massive metal-rich planet with vibrant and diverse ecosystem, with many examples of megafauna and flora that grow to impressive sizes, despite strong gravity of the world. Zen itself and its home system are incredibly rich in all types of resources, including many rare ones. This abundance of resources made Domati a species that experienced little in terms of conflict over resources and allowed them to create many potent technologies. Physical characteristics. Type: reptilian, psyker, serpent. Height: between 16 to 24 meters in length. Weight: 2,400 to 3,600 kilograms. Coloration: extremely varied, lighter and more vibrant coloration among the males, darker and tamer colors among the females. Diet: carnivorous. Senses: normal vision and hearing, impressive sense of smell, ability to detect electrical currents, and psychic senses. Forms of communication: vocalization, electrocommunication, and telepathy. Reproduction: 1 to 3 eggs per brood. Lifespan: 300 to 900 years. Maturity at 45 years. Special traits. Domati is another example of a species-wide psykers. However, compared to the Nikasar, there is great disparity between psychic levels. The least potent Domati are of level Z, and the vast majority of the population are on similar level, where their psychic potential is hard to notice. But the greatest of their species reached beta level, although psykers of such might are incredibly rare. Similarly to Nikasar, Domati seem to possess a natural ability to resist influence of the warp. Domati are very intelligent. Their massive brains allow them to store incredible amount of information and process it surprisingly quickly. This is most likely connected to Domati's ability to naturally create electrical currents, which they can use in a form of communication to transfer massive amount of data in very short period of time. Domati are creatures of incredible strength and are faster than they look. A Domati that dedicated themselves to the art of warfare can be considered a threat to Imperial Knight. Psychological characteristic. Domati, while intelligent and open to negotiations, are cunning and manipulative species, believing their role to be guides to the lesser species. They are dominant in nature and enjoy reminding everyone of their superiority, although they do it in subtle ways. Domati are naturally inclined to follow older members of their species. They value wisdom and experience. They also have a deep love for art, music, and dance. Domati possess idea of family and partners, but this status isn't constant. With how long they live, it's not unheard of for a couple to split for a century or two, making bonds with new partners before reuniting. They do care for their children and younger members of their species in general, taking them under their wings as patrons and mentors. History. Domati were a multi-star system empire when they were encountered by the Nikasar. They lacked FTL, but with their very long lifespans, even decades spent in transit weren't seen as tragic. They also could hibernate during travel, which made interstellar travel far more bearable. They were quick to become Nikasar close allies. Their psychic connection especially ensured that both species had a great deal of respect and understanding for each other. For a time, Domati and Nikasar were dominant forces in the alliance. When the Moralians attacked, Domati were one of the most important elements on the front lines. Each soldier of their species powerful enough to challenge entire units of enemies. But with their slow reproduction rate and sheer numbers of Moralians, Domati suffered significant losses during First Coalition War. But Domati weren't fighting alone. Members of a subservient to them species, Guevesa, humans, who they manipulated into believing that they were divine, served alongside their masters. Both humans and other members of Alliance were used by Domati as meat shields, keeping them safe from Moralian swarms. Joining the coalition. As all other members of Alliance, they became part of a coalition in 3151st year of Era of Unity or 473rd year of Millennium 38. They seen this transformation as necessary for the good of them all. With creation of the coalition, they officially lifted the subservience of humans, transforming their image from divine beings into semi-immortal sages that guide them into new, brighter future. Domati saw transformation of the Alliance into coalition as great opportunity by adopting greater good and utilizing it for their own benefit. Status in the coalition. Ally. Domati are similar to the Nikasar, integrated ally of a coalition. They have their own government and rules. They have great influence and ways to play the political game within coalition. They accepted the idea of the greater good, but didn't do so for the caste system. In fact, Domati take pride in their ability to pursuing multiple specializations, and with their intellect and lifespan, they can achieve much in every field. Government. Domati are ruled by a strange form of diarchy, where there are two monarchs, who are a couple. Emperor and Empress are equal in political power and work together for the betterment of Xen Empire. Current royal pair are Zhen Yang and Huai Yin, both of which are beta-class psychers of incredible skill. Their 9 children, who share their parents' great psychic potential, are in the highest positions of power in the Xen Empire and coalition structure. Role within the coalition. Domati serve in all branches of a coalition, from trade and diplomacy, through navy and army, as well as engineering and construction. They are also renowned sages and philosophers that developed close relation with ethereal caste. Similarly to Nikasar, they have important role in training psychers and protecting coalition from psyker threats. Domati possess their own navy and army, which proven to be potent element of the coalition military forces. When deployed in combat role, They prove to be a devastating force on the battlefield.